I feel there is a strange energy that arises when the separate self is talking to people. In the beginning, there is relaxed conversation until something is getting out of balance. There is still the watcher in the background, but fear arises. How do I stay relaxed in the watcher while focused in conversation? Sincerely, G. Yeah, thank you for your question. I mean, it's hard, isn't it? Like to be in society and to not get involved in society seeking games because the other person is seeking too. You know, when you're interacting with a tree, the tree isn't seeking. But when you're interacting with a person, the other person is seeking. So you've got like a double whammy, like they're calling you desperately into seeking. They're like, please validate me, please validate me. And then there might be you wanting to be validated too, but then there might also be feeling sorry for the other person or feeling compassion for the other person. Yeah, this is where old seeking patterns of me sometimes arise, as with other people. Yeah. For me, it's like feeling empathy for the other person, you know, as you watch them flounder around because they're not being themselves. When you're yourself with them, they feel greatly insecure because they're looking for validation. And then there's empathy that arises here. So then I step in to try and help them, and it never feels good because I'm getting out of line with who I truly am. And sometimes it is necessary. I can see that. But it's also okay to not do that. Um, so it's really holding on to who you are in that moment and allowing that fear and understanding that fear. You know, what is it that you're afraid about in that moment? What is pulling you out of yourself? Is it because you're afraid they're going to kill you or they're going to take something from you or you're going to be hurt or abused? Could be very pre-verbal stuff happening. And what the way it might start is that you're simultaneously holding on to yourself and feeling that urge to speak and the urge to do something. And then through time, that might begin to dissipate. So investigate what the fear is, and then see the fear is also a direct slide into nothing. When you acknowledge that fear, you begin to ask who is being fearful. Who does that belong to? Then you slide into nothing. The other thing that you might be experiencing is if you're empathetic, the other person's fear, and then that's not seeking. But the seeking comes when you act off feeling the other person's fear and believe it's yourself or believe you need to sort out the other person's fear. It can sometimes be empathy. Not empathy like I was describing, but empathy as in you're feeling the other person's emotions. We're totally capable of that. Totally. In the end, whose emotion is it? So who is it that feels fear?